You know, it's funny too, because I told these motherfuckers today, I said, you know, I think we need to switch trailers because this one's problematic. Trailer's gone. But there's fuel in that bitch too, man. Just step back. That bitch about to blow up. Welcome to Abingdon. Damn, you hope the fire department would have got here soon enough to save this motherfucker. I put 2 fire extinguishers on it. 2 fucking fire extinguishers. That would not put the fucking fire out. That shit's gone. Ooh, shit. Alright guys, so here we are. Another day at the shop. My previous video got cut loose. It didn't record. Something happened with the GoPro. I don't know. But this is what I was talking about when it comes to being properly mounted and secured fuel tank. That's good. That is bad. You see why? Now what happens if this strap fails when it's getting the shit beat out of it going down the road? Shit, I'm dead, and so is anybody else who's in my vicinity. Not only that, but this is a damn ticket. So this would be out of service violation 100% if you have a DOT officer who knows what he's doing and actually does some looking around. Be responsible for yourself, guys. Don't move when you guys have stuff like this. Get it fixed.
What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you about being responsible for the equipment that you're in possession of as a 1099 contract worker. And I'm talking about small companies, small trucking companies, LLCs. I'm not talking about mega carriers, but small companies. And about doing your pre-trip and being a professional and taking care of the equipment as if it's your own, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I do. Everything I do behind the wheel of this truck, I do as a professional. But you got to be very aware of these companies though, because if they put you in some equipment that's not 100%, they will try to make you feel like you're not doing your job when things fail. Okay? So what I mean is, if you're driving trucks for a company, a small company, and you're not doing the proper pre-trip, you're not checking the tires, the brakes, anything like that, well, you're just inviting yourself for losing money, because you're going to be responsible if anything should happen. So let me give you an example. If you don't tell the company that there's a problem with their equipment and you just keep rolling and something happens, they're going to blame you for it, because you should have known, because you're in possession of the equipment. Protect yourself, guys. Do the pre-trip every day, because if you do your pre-trip like you're supposed to, you're going to find things that are wrong, and when you do, you need to address it and inform them before you make any kind of moves, because that's up to them what they want to do and how they're going to treat their own equipment. Okay, so just let me give you guys an example. Just tonight, I ran out of fuel. Okay, why did I run out of fuel? Because the fuel tanks, the crossovers, don't work properly. So the gauge is telling me I've got exactly half a tank of fuel, but that's only because it's reading one fuel tank. It's not reading both of them accurately, and the truck's only running off one fuel tank basically. This happened before to me. I ran out of fuel in San Antonio, called them and told them about it, you know, and they had let me know that when it gets down to a quarter a tank, stop and get fuel. All right, that's easy enough. So why did I run out of fuel at half a tank, right? So the roadside assistance came of it, did their thing. That's fine. Now that I know what's going on, now I'm having to buy fuel wherever I feel like it, because I'm not going to be responsible for another time I run out of fuel. And I let them know, hey, you guys, equipment's not right. I'm not going to be responsible for any roadside assistance should this happen again, because this is y'all's equipment. Y'all need to take care of it. And the thing is, they got me getting fuel at only Pilots and Flying J's. And you get in some areas where there ain't none of that. And you're not going to make it off. There'll be 500 miles apart. That's basically your limit when you're running off of a 100-gallon tank. You know what I mean? So this is where the power of negotiation comes in for you if you're a 1099 contract worker, because you have the power to negotiate, because you're not an employee, you're not a W-2, you're a 1099. They're not paying any of your tax, your employee tax. You're paying for your own taxes at the end of the year, or however you do it. Okay? So you have the power to negotiate, because you're the driver. You're responsible for the equipment. Anything happens on the road, if you're the driver, you're going to be responsible. So take note. Now, this is why when I find something wrong with the equipment, I tell them about it immediately. And they're either going to fix it or not, keep rolling. And it's up to you to decide whether you're going to keep rolling or not, because you're the one driving, you're the one responsible. DOT is not going to care about whatever excuse you've got, okay? So tonight, when I ran out of fuel, again, after they were supposed to have already fixed it, which they didn't fix it, they tried, and I appreciate that. You know, that's why I tolerate certain BS. I tolerate certain BS if I know that you're trying and we can work together as a team. But if I feel like you're not trying, I'm not going to be responsible for anything. And I'm going to tell you right then and there, hey, this is wrong. You're going to fix it or you're not. But I'm not going to be responsible if you choose to not fix it. You're not going to charge me for anything. I'm not going to do it. And if you're not going to agree with that, then I'm not going to move. I'll go somewhere else. I've worked for a couple of companies, and when I feel like I've had enough of their, if I feel like I can't tolerate it anymore, I move on. And I do that because I can get another job in 5 days. I've never gone without a job more than a week. And every time I got a different job, I made more money. So I don't go down, I go up. That being said, here's another example. I had a trailer that they had hooked me up with, and from day one I knew that there was a problem with the trailer, and I let it be known, there's a problem with this trailer. They kept rolling with it though, right? It wasn't that it was just unsafe, but it kind of was, I think, because here's what happened. I'm looking in my mirrors like a responsible driver should, and the brakes are catching, the brakes are dragging on the trailer, they're smoking. I immediately stopped. This is an issue. We've got brakes dragging. We're overheating the brakes. We need to get it fixed. So, we've taken it to shops to get it fixed, or tried to, but the problem still persisted. And I let it be known. This is a problem. It's a continuing problem. Keep on trucking, they said. Keep on trucking. Okay, so I'm doing my pre-trips. I'm making sure we're good to go. Well, because the brakes are getting so hot back there, we kept blowing Chinese tires. And they were just throwing money at it. Throwing new Chinese tires on it. Just throwing tires on it. And it got so bad, it was every other day over the course of a month, we would lose a tire. 1,000 miles, we'd be blowing out tires. Well, finally, after who knows how much money got spent, they put an American tire on it. And I drove this American tire. It didn't even make it 1,000 miles. This tire didn't blow up. This American tire caught fire. I immediately pulled over, jumped out, threw a fire extinguisher on it. Nothing. Luckily, another truck had stopped to help, gave me his fire extinguisher, a big-ass fire extinguisher, dumped it all on there. Nothing. There was nothing to do at that point but disconnect from the load, the trailer, and pull out the tractor and get it clear. And we'll call the 911, get the authorities out there, and just sit back and watch at that point. And I just, if you guys know my Facebook, just scroll all the way down my page and you're gonna find this trailer just on fire. whole load was lost. And so, I'm in communication with them, letting them know what's happened. They immediately jumped in my ass and told me that I was not doing what I was supposed to be doing and looking in the mirrors every so often to check for smoke. Now, mind you, this is like 6 in the evening. Okay, it's damn near dusk. Is it dawn or dusk? I don't know. It's dark. So no, you're not gonna see any smoke back there. I was looking. I always look. I'm a professional. So, but as soon as they jumped in my ass about that, I shut that shit down. I said, no, you're not gonna blame me for this, because I've been telling you since day one, this trailer has been a problem. And what's funny is that very morning that this thing burnt down, that very morning before I left, after I did my pre-trip, I sent them a message and let them know, we need to switch trailers. This trailer is a problem. I mean, I was dead serious. I let it know, like, this is seriously an issue. And just keep on trucking. Yeah, well, cost the whole load. The whole load was gone. The whole trailer was gone. Lost equipment. So, this is what I'm saying, guys. Protect yourself. Do your pre-trip. When you find problems, tell them about it. And don't move. I will not move at all if I see a problem and they're not going to address it, or they're going to try to tell me that I'm going to be responsible for it. If, roadside assistance or anything like that, I'm going to be paying for that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to protect myself because I have the power of negotiation, and I'm not going to be responsible for it. I'm not going to move. You guys are going to take care of this or you're not, but I'm not going to lose any money over it. So guys, be aware, man. Do your pre-trips. Tolerate as much as you can tolerate if you feel like they're trying, you know what I mean, and it's safe, but it's just things like that. Another thing that happened to me, if you guys have seen my video, I was rolling, didn't have no engine brake, and I got in the mountains, and before I knew it, I was burning up the brakes. And luckily, me being professional, I was able to slow the truck down safely before anything bad had happened. No engine brake, you're running off just your air brakes. It's not good. You're gonna get brake fade. They're gonna get hot. You're gonna get brake fade. You're not gonna be able to stop if you're running down a mountain. 5% grades, 6% grades, loaded. It's a death wish. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Don't put yourself at risk at all for nothing, because you can always go somewhere else. If they're gonna hire you, anybody else will hire you, man. If you got a good record. So, that being said, guys, protect yourself. Do your pre-trips every day. If you see a problem, let it be known. Let them figure out how they're going to handle it. And if it's a safe option, then go ahead, let it go. If it's not a safe option, don't put your life at risk, guys. And don't put anybody else's life at risk out here. Because at the end of the day, you as a driver, you're responsible. And your ass will go down. Not them, you. You'll burn your license up. You won't be able to make a living. Protect yourself, guys. Do your pre-trip. I'm going to do a pre-trip video. And the pre-trips that I do every day is the same pre-trip I did to get my CDLA in Texas. Very important, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Don't lose your career or your life or anybody else's life out on this road for some money. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. Protect yourself, guys. Do your pre-trip every day. Be safe. Be responsible. And you know what? And here's another thing about being responsible. I am responsible because I'm in possession of the equipment. When I damage equipment, it comes out of my pocket. I damaged the door on the trailer because I was in this docking area and they had some BS sticking out that you couldn't see. And because I couldn't see it, I had barely hit it with my door, and it ripped the perimeter. This is a reefer door, a refrigerated door. It's insulated, so it destroyed the outside of it. It wouldn't close. The insulation was messed up. It cost $1,700 to have it repaired over the road. That's coming out of my check, guys, because I did that, and I accept the responsibility for it. I was pissed off about it because I felt like I should be responsible as a company driver, but that's where the negotiation comes in, guys, because we're not employees in the traditional sense, like a W-2 for a mega carrier, where they're going to take care of all that and you're not going to be charged. When you're working as a 1099 contract worker for small companies, they're gonna hold you responsible for any damage that you cause or gets caused to it. Okay, so I paid for that. I damaged the roof on a trailer. I paid for that. That cost me $360. Not a big deal. I swallowed that. Be aware, guys. Be careful. But when it comes to being responsible, when they give you half-assed equipment, no. Be aware. Do your pre-trip so you can spot the problems and let it be known. And you'll tell them, hey, this is the problem. You need to fix it. If you want me to drive this truck and you're not going to fix this, I'm not going to be responsible for anything that happens with this bad tire that needs to be changed. I'm not going to be responsible for this tire that's leaking air constantly and I have to put air in it every day. Because you know what? While I'm going down the road, this thing's leaking air as I'm going down the road. Tires get hot going down the road because the friction, if you know anything about it, friction causes air to expand, it gets hot, and it'll explode. And when you have low air pressure, your tire's going to blow out. Okay, guys? That being said, if you've got to put air in your tire every day because it's leaking, no, that needs to be fixed. If you're not going to fix it, I'm not going to be responsible for the next blowout that you guys have. I'm not going to do it. And you're going to agree to that right now. Because if you're not going to agree to that right now, there's no sense in me moving. Because if I move, I'm just going to guarantee lose money. I'll save money by not moving. You know what I mean? So be responsible, guys. Be responsible for yourself. Negotiate. Take care of yourselves and take care of your families. Be safe out there, guys. I'm out. Hey, and one last thing, I just remembered when that tire went out, or I'm sorry, when that tire caught on fire and the whole trailer went down, not only did they accuse me of not looking in the mirrors for smoke, but then he had the nerve to say, you didn't smell smoke? I didn't smell smoke at 60 miles an hour with the windows up and the tires on the trailer? No, I didn't smell smoke. And you know what? Nobody would smell smoke. I was really amazed that I was even being told that. And it immediately pissed me off. And I just went off. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, guys, do your pre-trip. Be responsible. Company's not going to be responsible for things that you know is a problem. You don't need to be responsible for it. You need to sit your ass down and wait. Peace out.
Oh, fell. Ah.